Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're taking a truly ancient text and trying to extract some timeless wisdom for your modern life.
Sounds fascinating. Which text are we exploring?
We're diving into the Tuṭaṭakasutta. It's a profound section from the Sutta Nipata, part of the Buddhist Pali Canon.
Ah, yes. A very significant text.
Right. And our mission for this deep dive, really, is to unpack its central question. It's posed right at the beginning. How does a bhikkhu, a monk, or a mendicant attain nirvana? That profound state of peace.
And crucially, how is this achieved by not clinging to anything in the world? That's the core of it.
Exactly. Okay, let's unpack this.
What's truly fascinating here, I think, is that it's presented as a direct teaching from Gautama himself, the Blessed One.
So, straight from the source, essentially.
Pretty much. And it's not just abstract philosophy. It offers a remarkably detailed and, well, practical pathway. It lays out specific behaviors, specific attitudes, all aimed at achieving that inner tranquility, liberation.
The sutta opens with this really profound question about finding peace through non-clinging. And the answer, it dives immediately into this concept, papaññāka, proliferation.
Yes, papaññāka, mental proliferation. This is where it gets incredibly insightful, I find.
How so?
Well, the Blessed One states that understanding the root of this mental noise, this proliferation, understanding its root as the concept of I am of the view concept, manta asmi. That's crucial.
I am this, or I think that.
Precisely. It's that constant mental narrative we build. I am smart, I am right, I am struggling. This whole act of self-definition, this, incessant mental commentary.
That's what fuels the cravings.
Exactly. That's what fuels tantra craving. And ultimately, it keeps us from peace, which is why the text emphasizes continuous mindful training. You have to constantly work to overcome them.
So it's not just about what we think, but how our very identity gets tangled up in those thoughts. It creates a kind of, well, a self-made prison of this proliferation.
That's a great way to put it, a self-made prison. And the text immediately cautions against any form of self-aggrandizement tied to knowledge.
So don't get puffed up about what you know.
Basically, yes. Whatever doctrines one knows, internal or external, the sutta is very clear. One should not become boastful. Tamakupeta.
Because that's not real peace.
Correct. This is not the peace, the nibbuti, spoken of by the wise, the sattvatta. It explicitly says that.
And it seems to go further, suggesting that even internal comparison, judging ourselves against others, that's also a barrier.
Absolutely. It explicitly states one should not consider oneself superior, inferior, or even equal based on knowledge.
Not even equal. Wow.
No. And when questioned, you shouldn't form these rigid self-conceptions. Natamana vikapayan dita. It really makes you stop and think, doesn't it? How often do we subtly compare ourselves, maybe even unconsciously?
Constantly, probably.
Yeah.
That's a huge shift in perspective from how we usually operate. So, okay, if peace doesn't come from knowledge or comparison or defining ourselves, where does it come from?
The sutta points unequivocally inward. One should calm oneself internally. Achatam eva upasame.
Internally, not looking outside for it.
Explicitly. It advises against seeking peace from outside. Naniyato bhikkhu santi mesaya. And for the one who is internally calm, the text concludes, well, it's profound. There is no self, so how could there be a non-self?
Nati atta kuto niratava. No self, so no non-self.
It isn't about denying your existence, but understanding that the self we usually cling to, it's a fluid thing, a constructed narrative.
So if there's no fixed, separate self to grasp onto?
Then there's no non-self to define yourself against either. It just dissolves that whole duality, the very thing that causes so much suffering. It's a liberation, really, from that internal division.
It paints this picture of just, ultimate inner stillness. And there's that beautiful analogy the Sutta uses, isn't there, to help us grasp it.
Ah, yes, the ocean analogy. It compares the state to the middle of the ocean.
Where there are no waves.
Right. No waves arise, it remains still. And in the same way, one should remain still. Athito, one's like asa, and crucially, not create swellings anywhere. Usade, no inner turmoil, no reactivity.
That metaphor really brings the concept of equanimity, that inner tranquility, to vivid life. It's so clear.
It really is.
That ocean analogy offers this beautiful vision, this profound inner stillness. But, for many of us listening, the natural question is immediately, okay, great ideal, but how do we actually do that? How do we embody that in our daily lives?
And it seems the Sutta anticipates exactly that. It moves from the philosophical groundwork to providing a very precise map for daily conduct.
Right, because the questioner specifically asks for the path, Payapade,
Yeah.
the discipline, Patimokkha, and concentration, samadhi. They want the how-to.
Exactly. And this is where the Sutta becomes this incredibly precise, actionable guide. It starts by emphasizing sensory restraint and emotional resilience, too.
Okay, like what?
Like, one should not be lustful with the eyes. Restrain the ears from village talk, gossip, idle chatter. Don't be greedy for tastes. Don't be possessive of anything in the world.
So it's about managing our reactions to the world around us.
Yes, not getting swept away by external stimuli. It's not just about what you do, but how you react to sensory input and your own internal experiences.
Makes sense.
And it continues. When touched by contact, fasena yada futta, a sub-practitioner should not lament anywhere. Parida vikuna karaya kuhinichi.
Don't complain or grieve excessively.
Right, and they should not yearn for existence. Favanya kana vijapaya. Don't cling to continued being or becoming. And not tremble in terrors. Varavisukan sampavyavaya.
Wow. That speaks to cultivating incredible emotional resilience, allowing things to happen without generating that intense attachment or aversion.
Precisely. Letting experiences pass through.
This sounds like complete mastery, really, emotionally, sensorially, and it implies a deep detachment, not just from feelings, but from material things and even social approval.
It absolutely does. The text instructs that when you receive things like foods, drinks, edibles, and clothes, you should not hoard them. Nasani hikaira.
Okay, don't hoard. Seems straightforward.
But then, equally important, and maybe even more profound for many of us, is not tremble if not receiving them. Na ka paritase tani alabamano.
So don't freak out if you don't get things.
Exactly. Be truly unburdened by what you gain or what you lack. Complete detachment.
And this extends to how a practitioner navigates their time, even during meditation.
Yes. A meditator, a hayu, should not be fond of wandering with the feet, paralo.
Meaning, not restless, physically or mentally.
Both, really. Not restless in mind or body. They should cease remorse. Viram kukuku, let go of guilt or regret. And not be negligent. Mapamajaya. Stay mindful, stay diligent.
Where should they practice?
They should dwell in quiet seats and lodgings. Apasad zubikuvu vihareya. Seek out quiet places.
Makes sense for concentration.
And furthermore, not indulge in much sleep. Cultivate wakefulness diligently. Jagardia bhajya tapi.
Stay alert.
Yes. And abandon laziness, delusion, laughter, play, sexual activity, and adornment.
Okay, that's quite a list of things to abandon. Laughter and play, too.
In this context, it likely means frivolous or distracting laughter and play, things that pull you away from mindful focus. Remember, these are all seen as subtle forms of clinging or distraction from the core path.
Got it. So it's a comprehensive list of inner and outer habits to cultivate. And the Sutta also clarifies what not to engage in, right? Like a specific code for mindful conduct, especially regarding practices outside this core spiritual path.
It does. It outlines a clear rejection of certain practices. One shouldn't engage in spells, dreams, omens, astrology, bird cries, conception methods, or medical practices. Tikichem mamako na saveya?
No fortune-telling or external rituals for gain.
Essentially, yes. It highlights this singular focus on inner transformation, not looking for external manipulation or superstition or trying to gain worldly advantage through means that distract from the real spiritual work. It's about self-reliance on inner wisdom.
So no external shortcuts. No relying on outside forces for that deep-seated peace. What about handling praise or blame? That can be a huge source of those swellings you mentioned earlier.
Oh, absolutely. And the Sutta addresses it directly. A bhikkhu should not tremble at blame. Nindayata pavideya.
Don't let criticism shake you.
And equally, not become elated when praised. Na uchameya pasasito bhikkhu.
Don't get carried away by compliments either. Wow, that's powerful.
It really is. It's about maintaining that equilibrium. They should also actively dispel greed, envy, anger, and slander. It's a profound lesson in emotional stability, regardless of external validation or criticism.
It even covers economic and social behavior, which feels quite, well, striking for such an ancient text.
It really is quite practical. It forbids engaging in buying and selling, kaya vikaya neteha,
No commerce.
and no reviling. Bhavadais bhikkhuna kareya kuhinchi. Don't speak ill of others. Don't be infatuated with villages, gamekana bisajaya.
Meaning like overly attached to local life or gossip.
Exactly that. Or seeking people's favor for personal gain. Lavakame janana payeya. Don't try to curry favor to get stuff.
If you connect all that to the bigger picture, it's about living a life completely unburdened by worldly pursuits, by the relentless chase for social approval or material gain.
Precisely. It's a radical non-engagement with those systems.
And when it comes to communication itself, the guidelines seem incredibly precise too.
Oh, very clear. Not to be boastful. Nakakate sediku, don't brag.
Okay.
Not to speak, put on, or affected speech. Nakavakai bayuta basaya, be genuine, not artificial.
Right.
One should not practice arrogance, pagaviana sikaya, and not engage in contentious talk. Kataya vikaki kanakataya.
Avoid arguments. It
Oh,
sounds
yeah.
like a path of direct, humble, peaceful communication, devoid of ego.
That's exactly it. And it rejects any form of verbal deception or self-promotion.
How so?
It says one should not lie, mosavaja nanyata, simple as that, and not act deceptively while knowing, sampajana sahani nakaya, don't consciously mislead.
Be truthful and transparent.
Yes. And furthermore, not despise others, nanyam atimanya, based on their life, wisdom, or moral conduct. Jivitena panyaya silavatena.
Don't look down on anyone for any reason.
It goes right to the heart of cultivating genuine humility and respect for all beings. It undercuts comparison again.
So the focus is always on maintaining that inner peace, even when things outside are difficult. What about when we are the target of harsh speech? Does the Sutta give guidance there? That happens all the time.
It does, and it's very direct, very practical advice. If hearing much harsh speech from ascetics or various people, one should not respond harshly.
Don't retaliate, don't fire back.
Exactly, and the reason given is just simple and profound. The peaceful do not retaliate. Nahi santo paisanicaronti.
Wow. The peaceful don't retaliate.
It's about breaking that cycle of reactivity, isn't it? Choosing inner peace over the urge for retribution or self-defense in that way.
That really is a comprehensive blueprint, isn't it? For a life of just, profound inner peace and non-attachment. From the big philosophy of understanding self and proliferation, right down to the tiny details of sensory input, social interaction, how you talk.
How you respond to criticism.
Yeah. This ancient sutra lays it all out with such striking clarity.
Indeed. And the text concludes by really urging the practitioner, always train mindfully. Vichina bhikkhu sadosika. Understand peace, Santi, as nirvana itself. And never be negligent in Gautama's teaching.
Is he practicing?
Keep practicing diligently. It emphasizes Gautama's unique authority here, too, as one who witnessed the Dhamma himself, not through hearsay. Sakidhamma anityamadasya. This isn't secondhand knowledge.
He saw it directly.
Yes. And therefore, one should always train diligently and reverently in his teaching. It's a call to unwavering practice, grounded in that direct insight.
This whole deep dive really makes you think, doesn't it, about what true inner stillness means, and maybe how much of our daily noise, our own swellings, we actually create ourselves.
Through clinging, through proliferation.
So for you listening right now, what specific swellings or proliferations in your own modern life, your day-to-day, might genuinely benefit from applying some of these ancient principles? Non-clinging inner calm.
Where could you let go a little?
Yeah, something to mull over perhaps until our next deep dive.